Hello everyone, welcome to episode 8 of TDMT Podcast. Hopefully you guys are doing great. I'm doing amazing since I just finished an episode. I hope you guys enjoy this. I had a lot of fun making it. And also, if anyone is interested in hosting a podcast, contact me on Instagram at It's Not Real Dandy. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. As you know, you can skip the next 30 seconds to get right into the episode. And bye. So, game collecting has become more of my thing lately. I spent so much money on buying just the most random of games. Yesterday I went to Dollar General. I had to go buy a couple of things for the house. So after school I went to my parents' store. Then after my parents' store, I was like, "Hey, Dollar General's right there. Let's go in there." So it was like me and my sister and my brother. We go in there and we're buying our things and I sometimes just go check the DVD section because, I love DVDs. I personally still have a couple. They aren't great, but I do like them. I'm looking through them and I see like two Wii games. It's like the most random games ever. They're like it's like not not Twister. um, it's like a what's it called? It's like Tetris. There you go. It's like a Tetris game. The other one was like one of those like button mashing games, like tap the button at the right time and you got it and boom, you win. Yeah. So I was like, whoa, that's so cool, and I want to buy it, but they're both $15. They're $15 games at a Dollar General. Like why? Why? Uh But yeah, recently, like not recently, it's been a long time now, but I've been into collecting games a lot. So I'll go to like yard sales or like garage sales and just look and see if there's any games anyone wants to sell for like, cheap. I don't really like spending that much money on games. I think the most I spent on a single game was probably Wind Waker, where I spent a solid, I think I want to say $50 on it. Um, that's games though, not systems. I have a couple of systems. I have a whole lot of systems. But on the game, I think Wind Waker might have been my most expensive. No. It was Skyward Swords. $60 for Skyward Swords. That was my most expensive game. On the Wii. Um, yeah, and it's crazy like getting into this whole like finding games and stuff because you'll either it's a hit or miss. It's hit or miss whenever you go somewhere. Like I think my favorite spot to go to is this sounds weird, but like a white person Goodwill. Like there, if you ever been to Goodwill, there's a difference between like the like the lower end Goodwill where it's literally just clothes or like random cables and stuff like that. And it's not something for me. I go to the rich people Goodwill, like which is far away. I go to that Goodwill. Want to know why? Because that's where you find your stuff. Stuff. I'm thinking about stuff. I meant stuff. That's where you find your stuff. And any person who does like collecting of any kind knows this. You go to the high end Goodwill and high end like thrift shops because that's where you're gonna find it. Like I recently found like this old Amazon like keychain type thing where it was like a portable Alexa. It's so cool and I want to show it around, but I can't do anything with it because Amazon shut down the service. Like it's useless. But I'm gonna keep it in case I can like fix it or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, game collecting. Sorry, I got off track. Really, I get off track really fast. But game collecting. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. And yeah, as I was saying with the Goodwill, is it? I go to the high end ones because that's where you're gonna find a lot of games, which is true because I went to one and I found Super Mario Galaxy. I think the first two, the Mickey Mouse Adventure type thing, the one with like where Mickey Mouse is like turned into like a weird gooey thing or whatever. I remember those because I always wanted that game. Because I remember they used to be like on the kiosk, like at like Best Buy or something. You know how like old stores used to have like demos of the games and stuff where like anyone can play them. I played it once and I loved it. It was an amazing game and I bought it recently. And not recently, it's about a couple months ago, but it's amazing. I love it. Another find are DS and 3DS games. I'm a Nintendo guy personally, so anything I collect or do is Nintendo, mostly. Um, I grew up Nintendo. My first game system ever was actually a Game Boy SP. Yeah, my parents gave me a Nintendo 3DS for my, I want to say, ninth birthday. They were like, "Here you go, and here's two games." They give me Asphalt and Super Mario Sticker Star, which I don't know why everyone hates on. It's a good game. It has a great soundtrack, and I love the game. And I will not stand for anyone who hates it and does it wrong because it's an amazing game, and you should try it out. Um, sorry. um, but yeah, the first one I had was a Game Boy SP. Was a to me, I was about 5 years old, and it was an amazing system for me. I still love it. It's my favorite system out of everything I have. I love it. It's backwards compatibility with like Game Boy games and stuff. Beautiful. Um, I remember I had it. I was given it to it by a friend actually. His parents like they worked like they worked pretty good jobs, and so I think his dad just bought him like a Wii or something like that. No, I think it was an Xbox. It might have been an Xbox or something. Because they had the like Disney Infinity, or was it Disney Infinity? What's the other one again? It was the Rock, like the animal type things. It was the weird one. Anyways, no, I think it was Disney Infinity. Yeah, it was Disney Infinity. It was. Yeah. So his parents just bought him all that, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, I went to his room and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" He was like, "Oh, it's a Game Boy SP." He was about like 3 years older than me. He was like, "Yeah, I don't really play with it. It's kind of boring. It's just there." I was like, "Oh, cool. This is so fun." And I was like, "Can I play?" And he was like, "Oh, sure. Here's some games." And I was like, "Cool." And I started playing it. I think it was like Spyro and like I can't remember the next game. I think it was Spyro. I think Spyro. Yeah, Spyro was the only game I played. Yeah, so he gave me Spyro, and I was like, "This is so cool. It's amazing." And so yeah, he was like, "Yeah, if you want, it, you can just take it." And I was like, "What? I can take it?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Awesome." So I took it, and my parents thought I stole it, and so we had to have a whole conversation about all that. But eventually, after some agreements, I was able to take it home. And when I tell you I played that game till like it died, I played that game till it died. Died meaning my I left charging one day. I went to school, came home, and it was completely wrecked because my little sister, who was about like 2 at the time, I want to say, broke it. Yup, she came into the room, picked it up, and when I got home, it was split in half. Um, it still surprisingly worked, but like it was hanging by the wires. So if I tried to like move it at all, it would shut down. So yeah, I had it in a box for so long until I eventually just threw it out because I couldn't fix it. And yeah, that was a sad story of how that ended. But later on, I would eventually acquire another Game Boy SP, and I am still in love with it. Now I have like a whole catalog of games. I have it all organized in a little box, so it's really organized. I'm opening it right now, actually. I'm just gonna go through the games. I have like Mega Man Battle Network White 3. Okay, so I don't know how I acquired this game. So there's two games that, other than Spyro, that I had when I was younger. This it was the Mega Man game, and it was a Beyblade game. Um, I don't remember how I got them, like at all. I just knew I had them. And recently, we were cleaning out our other room, which just had like a bunch of random stuff in it. And I was just cleaning it out, looking through some of the stuff, like, oh, look at those old books, toys, my old like essay and stuff. And there's this little box, and sorry, I like choked on something. And there's this little box or something, and I was like, whoa, what's that? So I opened it up, and there's like a little bag in there. I was like, whoa, it's like the old Walmart bags, like the old like little like baggies. If you ever went to Walmart, you know what I'm talking about. And I opened it up, and they're like, "Whoa, there's two Game Boy games." And I ran to my room. found the closest Game Boy and put them in. I was like, oh, it still has my old save files. Which for the Mega Man one, I actually went pretty far into the game. Was really surprised. And then for the Beyblade, I had the I had the worst luck playing this game because I didn't know what to do. Like I just knew I had to mash A, like press A constantly. That's all I knew. But like playing it was impossible for me. And yeah, that's basically how I got into games. And collecting them has been like one of my has been my thing. So I have a solid like God, I can't even count them from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have like 14 or 15 Switch games, which is a lot. But mind you, like 3 of them are like presents. Others I paid full retail prices. But for the large majority of them, I either found them like garage sales or something where they sold them for like 5, $10, or like not with thrift store, like pawn shops where they don't know how much it is. So I look for them when they're cheap. As for 3DS games, I have a whole lot of those. Like I have my box is like there's one corner with just a with I'm slurring my words. It might be because my tongue is so, like extremely dry. Um, but yeah, for my 3DS games, I have so many of them. And I remember playing Asphalt as a kid. Asphalt was always a fun game. I know many people don't like it because of how much it lags, which it does. I won't deny that. It lags so much, especially when you start going like Nitro, or whatever. Dude, my 3DS could barely handle it. But you know, if you get past that and just get into the core game, it's an amazing game. I love it. I spent so many hours on that game. Like it was so many hours. Like it got to the point where I've unlocked every single car in that game. And then for Paper Mario, I was too stupid to like actually be able to do the puzzles. So I had to look up how to do the puzzles. It's so stupid. But I mean, it got it done. I finished the game. I saw the ending. I remember I'd watch the was it Scott Plays one? I think that's what his channel was called. I might have been. I completely forgot. But yeah, and I think the game that made me want to start collecting retro games was The Legend of Zelda. Actually, I was gifted I want to say $10 eShop card, which you know I was like, only $10. That can barely get me anything. But then they were like, oh, you should get the Zelda, Legend of Zelda, the I keep forgetting what they're called. Was it retro game? What arcade game? I There's like a specific name they use, like on the 3DS for it. But you know, um, they were like, use it. You buy that game. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And ever since, I've loved the game. I have like a I have a book that tells me where things are. I love it. It's so fun. I'll go back sometimes on my old 3DS, which is homebrewed now, just to play it, just to get that feeling back. It's so fun collecting games. Recently I just got Pokemon Pinball, which I found at McKay's once, and it was like $30. Came back again like a couple months later, and it was about like 20. So I went back about like I want to say about 4 weeks ago, and sorry, it's just air came out of my mouth in the form of gas. Is it's how you say a burp, but like in scientific form, it might be. I'm not sure. But yeah. So I came back to McKay and Pokemon Pinball wasn't there. I was very sad because I knew it was gonna go lower. I just didn't know how low, but apparently someone bought it. So I was like, dang. But then I realized eBay exists. So I went out to eBay. I went do Pokemon Pinball, and I bought it for about like $10. I want to say. Only downside is that it didn't come with like a battery like cap. so like it's just the battery showing. But other than that, it was amazing. I love it. I love the. I think I can actually reach it from here. I'm trying to reach it. Hopefully that didn't make it a lot of noise. But yeah, I could probably play it on here. Um, crap. Haha, love that noise. It's such a great game. I have an original Game Boy too, so it works so well. Let's see. Hopefully I don't get like copyright or anything. Oh, I have zero light in this room at the moment, so I want to say it's blue. Do 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 do. I'm really considering making an actual like video on this. Um, so hopefully that can come out too soon. I'm slowly gonna go do a video on a review for all my games. Probably not like extreme, but it's just gonna be little reviews on my gaming channel, which sadly I've like kind of abandoned just because I don't really have time to go around and make videos and edit as much as I used to. I college apps and stuff. It's extreme. And over the summer I was working and I couldn't really find time. It's sad. But it gave me money, and money allowed me to get more games, which actually comes to my next point. Collecting consoles. I have collected a lot of consoles over my time. I have the original. I'm playing this game. I'm playing Pokemon Pinball as I'm speaking. I might keep doing that till like we end the episode. But I have an original 3DS. I have a DS Lite, the DS, the one that has like the Game Boy like other side Game Boy thing, which is semi broken, and I'm sad because I want to fix that really bad. Which I might just buy a case and like a new brand new like shell for it. But oh, I'm catching a Pokemon right now. Ooh, did I catch it? I caught it. I think I caught it. No, wait, no, I did catch it. I did catch it. But yeah, I have that, and I have. I wish I bought this. It was so there's an original Game Boy for sale. Like when I was younger, and I wish I bought that. The only thing we didn't have a charger for it, but now I do own it. I have like 30 charge. Like I have a gazillion chargers for game stuff, just because whenever I buy something, they always have a charger with it. So yeah, so you know how like all the DS chargers are basically the same. So I have like 20 of those laying around. But yeah, DS Lite, the DSi, I have a regular DS and a DSi XL, a DSi, a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy SP, a Game Boy Advance, a 3DS, I already said 3, a 2DS XL and a 3DS XL. Those are my handhelds. Hails. Guys, I'm going southern. Handhelds. That's my handhelds today, y'all. That's my handhelds. As for my home systems, I have Switch Lite. I'm working up to a Switch. Um, Switch Lite. I have a Wii, and I have a Wii U. I just bought the Wii U recently, and I've been trying to homebrew it. For the life of me, I cannot homebrew that at all. My Wii is homebrewed and everything. All my devices are homebrewed, the ones that can be homebrewed, except for my 2DS, which is my personal DS. That has like all the games I bought when I was younger, all my stickers, all my themes on there. That's my time capsule right there. That has all of it. So I'm not gonna homebrew that at all. When I buy a, that's probably gonna stay my personal one forever. Actually, a lot of people never never really took a chance on the DS XL, but so great. I personally never used the 3DS feature, but I would like a 3DS XL. I just don't have the money for that. Sadly. Hopefully, maybe see if this social media type thing works, I will totally go out and buy it. I will totally go out and buy a 3DS. Like I love games. Not I love games. I can talk about it for hours. Honestly, like each individual game, I could probably talk about. You know, if I did a game review, that'd be great. Um, there's still a lot of games I haven't finished though. I like start playing them and then I forget. My most recent game is My Hero Academia, actually, the Switch version, which I don't like. It is a horrible game. I dislike it, but I didn't pay the retail price because I knew it wasn't worth the retail price. Um, which is I want to say $40, which isn't worth it. So I paid about $15 for it. Found it in a pawn shop. So yeah, it was like if it's 15, I might as well take it. Just like Pokemon like Dungeons, which was one of it is one of my first games. I forgot. I love that game. I played that game for hours and have like 20 different made like 20 different accounts on that, and I love it. But when they remade it, it felt weird just because they had like an autoplay, which kind of took like kind of de specialed it. I can't think of the word. Like de specialed it because like that was the whole point. You went out to explore. You went out to find your way out. You don't just press an automatic thing, you know. But yeah. That's my this is my rant for my game. It's not a rant. It's like just me talking about my games. If this resonates with anyone, don't consider listening to this podcast. I'm still trying to find my way into like what I'm trying to do with this. Started out with just me. I'm telling my story about random things, which it still will be. But games are a part of my life, so I probably will have more of these. Like I don't know, just playing random games, updates on stuff. Manga, anime is another thing. Probably will keep it focused on those two. Maybe here and there, a couple of personal things. Not sure. Interviews are always a plus. I love those. Just sitting down talking to people. I have made 2 of them, 3. Um, yeah. But if anyone's interested in, I don't know, um, being interviewed or whatever, consider it. I think I'm learning how to do these interview things now. I think I've got a decent grasp on how to do them now. Write down questions and stuff. But yeah. That's it for right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoy making these. It's just time is really crappy. Yeah. If you guys did enjoy this, consider following or rating this podcast, or share this with friends or family. If you know anyone who loves games, share this with them. I hope they can resonate with this. Again, this is just a friendly podcast. I'd love to make this to a full-time thing. I'd love to be an influencer of some kind, but this is for right now. With what I can do. I hope you guys enjoy this. Really. Yeah. See you. Hear you. Bam. There we go. Hear you in the next episode. Goodbye.